The term UK grooming gang refers to groups of individuals, often operating as organized networks, who groom, exploit, and sexually abuse vulnerable individuals, typically children and teenagers. These crimes have been reported across several parts of the United Kingdom and have drawn significant public and media attention. What is grooming? Grooming involves manipulating or coercing individuals, often through building a false sense of trust, to exploit them sexually. This can include providing gifts, affection, or attention before subjecting victims to abuse. Gang structure and methods. Grooming gangs often operate in groups, preying on vulnerable individuals such as children in foster care, runaways, or those experiencing neglect or isolation. Victims may be lured with promises of love, friendship, or a better life, only to be subjected to coercion, threats, and violence. There have been several high-profile cases in the UK, such as those in Rotherham, Rochdale, and Telford, which revealed systemic abuse of hundreds of victims over extended periods. In many cases, failures by local authorities, police, and social services to act on warnings allowed the abuse to continue unchecked. Many of recent grooming gang cases have involved individuals from Pakistani descent, leading to complex and contentious discussions about cultural factors, racial stereotyping, and institutional failures. It's important to note that sexual exploitation is not limited to any one ethnicity or community, and perpetrators come from various backgrounds. Victims often suffer long-term psychological and emotional trauma. The revelations of these crimes have led to public outcry, legal reforms, and increased efforts to protect vulnerable individuals and improve child safeguarding measures. Authorities and institutions have faced criticism for perceived inaction, often due to fears of being labelled as racist or prejudiced. Critics argue that this hesitation allowed abuse to persist and contributed to a lack of accountability. Efforts have been made to improve training for social workers, teachers, and law enforcement to identify signs of grooming and exploitation. National campaigns aim to raise awareness and encourage victims to come forward. The topic is sensitive and requires balanced discussion to avoid generalizations, focusing instead on protecting victims and addressing systemic failures.